What's going on, y'all? I'm out here in the shop working on these fox bodies, and in this episode today, I'm going to show you how to install a distributor in your fox body 302 or a 351 Windsor. The procedure is the same for either engine. But before I get into any of that, I want to just say I appreciate you guys checking out my channel, watching this video, watching any of my videos. When you leave a like, a comment, I really do appreciate it. If you would, just share the channel with a friend. Now, there's a couple things we need to make sure of before we ever try to get the distributor dropped in our engine and get it up and running. The first one is I always like to use a fox body timing pointer. Just because it's tried and true, it bolts right to the timing cover, and you know that the pointer is going to be accurate on the harmonic balancer. Now, the second thing is, and I'll start with this factory style balancer, if you have one of these, you need to make sure that it's in good shape and that the outer ring has not slipped on this inner hub, because this is just held together by this rubber ring, and over time it can deteriorate and it will let that outer ring slip. And if that happens, your timing is not going to be accurate, your car is never going to run right, and it's going to take you a long time to figure out why. I want to mention this aftermarket style balancer because a lot of people run this style. And this is actually a Summit brand, but it is identical to a Trick Flow. And the only reason I'm mentioning this is because it has 3 sets of timing marks on it. And 2 of them are on this outer edge, and 1 is on the inner edge. And you can see I've got a couple marks there. And if you're putting this on a fox body or a 351 Windsor with a fox body timing pointer, you are going to want to use these inner marks. If you use these outer marks like I had a client do, your car ain't going to run right. And once again, you're not going to be able to figure out why. So now that we've got all that verified, that we've got a good harmonic balancer, we've got a fox body timing pointer, we're ready to get this distributor dropped. So let me shut up and let's get to work. I'm going to show you what I think is the most important thing about dropping this distributor in. And I do have this up on the compression stroke, and I do have my harmonic balancer set to 0 at the timing pointer. But here's what you need to remember about this, and we're going to talk about number 1 on the cap, because you'll hear a lot of people say your rotor's got to be pointing to number 1 on the cap, and it does. And you can see right there it is. But the most important thing to me is when you're dropping this distributor is you don't really want to pay attention to that number 1 on the cap just yet. What you want to do is you want to get this distributor dropped and have your rotor pointing to about 11:30 if you're thinking about the face of a clock. And I'm going to show you why that's important. So like we just saw, with this one set at 10 degrees idling, you can see our pointer is at number 1. If you drop your distributor and you're holding it like this, and you drop it in, and you see your pointer is there, and you don't know that's where it's supposed to be, and you check it with number 1 on your cap, when you put this cap on, look where 1 is now. So you're going to think that's off a tooth, and you're going to re-drop that distributor. Another scenario, if you're holding your distributor like this and you drop it in and you get your pointer right there and you don't realize that that's where it's supposed to be, and you check it with number 1 on the cap, when you get this on here, look where number 1 is, right there. So when you set it like that, you're still going to think you're off a tooth. So don't pay attention to number 1 on the cap until you get this distributor dropped in with your rotor pointing to 11:30. That's the most important thing. Once you get this thing up and running, the rotor pointing to the number 1 terminal is going to take care of itself. I'm going to go ahead and take the distributor out of this engine, and then I'm going to turn the harmonic balancer just randomly and start from a random spot just to show you how to find top dead center on the compression stroke. I have pulled all the spark plugs out of this engine, and you don't have to do that, but if you're turning this by hand, I would recommend it because it just makes turning the engine over a whole lot easier. So you can buy a whistle or you can buy a tool that finds top dead center, but I just always use the old finger trick, and all you're going to do is put your finger over the number 1 spark plug hole, and then you're going to rotate the engine around, and you will feel and hear a puff of air. And when you're doing that, it's coming up on the compression stroke. So then we're going to start looking for our mark at the timing pointer. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I felt a puff of air, I heard it, and now I'm just going to look at my timing pointer and we're going to start bringing it up to 0. Getting pretty close here. So right now I'm at 0 degrees. That's the little dot on the harmonic balancer. Don't pay attention to the other 2 marks. I mark my harmonic balancers in 3 different spots, and I use these 2 marks for tuning, either with the Holley Terminator X or the factory ECU. But I'm right on the dot, so we're at 0, and I'm on the compression stroke. And I'm gonna come over here on the side and show you how, not really to verify it, but just let you see how you know that that number 1 piston's at top dead center. So this is number 1 cylinder, this is number 2, and I just got a little screwdriver here. And if you run that in number 2, you're gonna see it goes all the way in. That's because the piston is down in the bore. But if you come up here to number 1, you're not gonna run that screwdriver in there very far at all. And that's because the piston is up in the bore and it's at top dead center. The only thing left to do is drop this distributor. I'm doing this one-handed, so it's probably going to turn into a complete fiasco, but it doesn't really matter. You can take the distributor in and out as many times as you need and keep putting it in until you get it pointing to 1130. And I already know that when I bring this down, I'm going to be off a tooth. So I'm going to bring her back up and we're going to re-drop it. And this will be so much easier with 2 hands. But I think I just nailed it, and I did. You can see we're pointing at 1130 and we're seated all the way down. So now this engine's ready to fire off, guys. But I did want to throw out one little thing here. When you're going to crank your car for the first time after you've dropped your distributor, don't retard your timing by turning your distributor way to the right. And then once you get it warm and get it idling, then you can set your timing at the timing mark. And whatever you use, 10, 12, 14 degrees, you're probably going to end up in that general area right there. So I've got this car up to top dead center on the compression stroke. I've got my harmonic balancer set to 0 at the timing pointer. And if you look right here, number 1 is right there. So that's this wire right here. And if we pull this off, you're going to see that we are at 11 and that it is basically pointing right at that number 1 terminal. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to crank this car and show you how it idles. I hope I didn't confuse you guys by saying that you don't need your rotor pointing at number 1 and that it would take care of itself. But right there you see that once you get your warm idle timing set, that it will take care of itself. I just don't want you so worried about getting your rotor pointing at number 1 when you're dropping the distributor that you drop your distributor in the wrong place. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. And I'm going to try to make this quick because it is freezing out here. Next episode, guys, it's finally time. It's 4:08 time. I've got all the parts. I've got everything here from the machine shop. And I'm going to make it a whole series. We're going to go from bare block to running driving. We're going to have episodes of doing the short block, long block, suspension, fuel system. It's going to be a complete build. It's going to be multiple episodes. But guys, it's going to be some really cool stuff. And maybe in that last episode, we're definitely going to be driving the car, but maybe we're going to be able to get it on the dyno as well, because I have a few other cars, clients' cars and my car, and we all want to get them on a dyno. So maybe we'll just have a whole dyno session. But we'll get to that when the time comes, guys. But as you can see, as always, I'm busy, so I'm out.